Hey guys, this is Douglas coming back to you with Marvel Rivals. And guys, something I'm going to say now, something that I've not noticed whilst filming, but then again, there's only been one other thing I filmed since streaming on Tuesday. That was today's Observer Craft one. I didn't notice anything, like any background noise. Basically, on Tuesday during stream, I basically figured out what that noise was that every so often pops up. It's, for some reason, the wire with my headset. If it does carry on happening, I will just eventually just replace it, but for now it seems to be fine. Also guys, if you do watch hear something in the background, it is my fan. It is slightly warmer than normal, and considering I'm only streaming for about an hour, yeah, I'm gonna leave it on. For the most part, I generally do enjoy it off when filming, because I'm filming for like a couple of hours. Also guys, there is some new stuff in game, and we're gonna go over it. I'm pissed. Guys, the reason I say I'm pissed is, basically, I checked into the game yesterday, and what's in the hot side? And they were already there. First of all, we'll go over the Cloak and Dagger stuff, because they've got summer skins. And it is annoying. I spent whole the last season being like, I want some really cool skins with Cloak and Dagger. I might actually consider playing with them. Yeah, like a month later. Yeah, I gotta say, I kind of feel in base. Now, guys, to get these specific skins, you need to do an exchange thing for the fishing thing. I think I've got like 14. I'm not that far off from being able to unlock, from being able to actually just straight up grab them. I'm not actually against it. I've been thinking that's a Pete suit for a good while because it kind of reminds me of Pete. No, it's Mr. Fantastic. But like, there was those skins. It didn't tell me because tell me because I've still got camera second fan, which is annoying. Also guys, like with Overwatch, basically run Tuesday stream in Overwatch, something in the event thing kept on popping up being like, hey, check this out. I've double checked all of this. There's something with that, I have no idea what. But the reason this annoys me is I saw it and I'm like, I want the MF4 skin. I think it's a really cool skin. It took me popping every single balloon. So guys, for next, I want to say next couple of seasons, but I'm pretty sure summer skins are getting dropped soon. God damn it. And I've seen, Black Widow's supposed to be getting a summer skin, and I've seen a couple of them, I think. And they look decent. But yeah, I've got the White Wave Queen. I would have rather this, and most people I'm pretty sure would agree on this. Instead of the balloons, put them in a knot and put them in the shop as a bundle. So yeah, so I've got all the things down across, but there's also a Doctor Strange one. And if I want to do it, you know what, I'll do one. Considering it's currently on sale. Also guys, apparently there is some sort of bug with this, with things to do with summer skins at the minute. I don't know exactly what, but going to the events side of it, I've almost completed the Savage Adventure. I'm literally 2 things off. So, gonna be trying to get the Lunar Snow skin tonight. If I end up needing to do 2 more games, I will. I'm almost done with this. I've only got a few things left on this. Like, I'm pretty sure within the first 2 games, I'll get, like, most of this done. There's also the tidal balloon thing, where you get to, I think, swim. But yeah, so there's supposed to be some skins coming in. If they're cool, I might. I don't know 100% know yet. Also, guys, in between last stream and this stream, I did manage to get the rogue skin from the Battle Pass, which is a skin I always wanted. Did I have to skip a couple skins to do it? At the time, yes.
The right heroes could make
Because
all the
something I love
difference.
about the Marvel Rivals Battle Pass is
You picked the
you
right
still
gal
have
for
the ability
job,
to kind of get
sugar.
whatever skin you kind of want. So for instance, say if there's something on like page 4 or 5 that you want, you only need to get like page 1, maybe page 2. And
No
that's
matter
the
the
for the most part
odds,
about it.
we'll find a way to win.
So guys, anytime someone's like
We
new
caught
tag
you
new
in 30
Vanguard,
seconds. Stay
I
strong.
did go into a brief conversation with it on Tuesday on Overwatch. I will go into that same conversation briefly again. I'm like, if someone mentions they need Vanguard strategist, you know, tank support, I'm like, who the hell's asking? Because we have a full team of DPS.
Awkward for you, Wade. I mean,
And I believe it or not, I have seen videos of people going, hey, we need another support, and it's like, we've got 4, we've got 1 support, one tank, and then 4 DPS, and you can switch. It's like, I'm already fucking tank. It's like, yes, I get that that's annoying as hell. When people are like, hey, tank, can you switch? Female support, it's like, why can't one DPS play switch? But getting into that does kind of unsettle me and to hate me straight into the case of, does Marvel Rivals and Overwatch, short answer yes, have a problem with their duelist / DPS roles? They're the exact same thing. They're the damage-based character. And the short answer is yes. I double-checked this on stream on Tuesday while playing Overwatch, and Season 5 was the last season that we didn't get a duelist. Because this season we've had Cyclops and Devil, which yes is a Vanguard, but we still had a damage character. Last season we had White Fox and Black Cat. Black Cat is a damage character. And don't get me wrong, I like both Cyclops and Black Cat. They're both really cool characters. And I think they both should have been in the game a while ago. At least Cyclops. He's the leader of the X-Men. He should have came in at the same time Jean Grey did.
from stronger stuff than that.
And there should have been like a season around both of them. Don't get me wrong, this season so far has been really cool.
You need to stop that vehicle.
Start same point. And then after that season, it was Dead. Hold on. I double checked this on stream on Tuesday and was like, because I wasn't 100% sure. Martial law in effect. No unauthorized entry. And then season 6, we had Deadpool and now the Bloodstain, 2 DPS characters. Yes, Deadpool is also a tank and Vanguard, but he's also a DPS character. Season 5 was in Gambit and Rogue. And then I think season 4 was Angela and I think Daredevil. Another DPS character. I believe we got Emma Frost the same time we got Jean.
Let the devils out!
Still got a lot left that's worth fighting for. You stop them in their tracks.
Phoenix was then added during season 3, which, don't get me wrong, I love Phoenix. Really cool character. I can't remember who else. I think it was Emma. Because the Fantastic Four was season 1. No, I think it might have actually been delayed. Yeah, so then Emma would have been like season 2. But, get back to my point though. Marvel Rivals, along with Overwatch, have gone on a history of prioritizing DPS. And there's not really any characteristics of Marvel in Overwatch I don't think could probably be switched. Not that I can think of. I probably am wrong. I do think was switched from DPS to tank. And when I was playing Overwatch Classic, not this week, but the week before, on stream, I was thinking, well, yeah, he abused us with damage, wasn't he? And I was like, geez. But yeah, like both games do have a problem with adding way too many DPSs. I personally think for both, like, going back to Overwatch, I'm going to go over every single one because he has flowers. Going back to season 1 of Overwatch, the new season 1, not the, like, season 1 of Overwatch, not Classic, not Overwatch 2, but season 1 of Overwatch, we had both Anne Run, which I like, she's a really cool character, and Emery, which again I think is a cool character and definitely a nice upgrade to things like Pulse and Trojan, and definitely a nice change of pace. But then we also had, you know, Domina, Jetpack Cat, and Mizuchi, which were nice. But then we've had back-to-back DPSs. If you put Anran and Emery as the first and fifth character in season 1, we then had Emery, Anran, Serena for season 2, and for season 3 we've then had Shannon, who's a DPS character. Now guys, DPS sometimes aren't as bad when it comes to Overwatch because you generally will get someone who will play at least one or two. But for Rivals, I definitely don't want to see another DPS character at least until season 10 or 11. And even then, I'd like a much slower pace to run. Now, going over characters that I do, I'm going to mention like 2 or 3 that I do think would make potential for support. Strategists. A few quick ones. Ghost Spider, so Gwen Stacy Spider-Girl. Spider-Woman Jessica Drew would potentially, but I think she'd be more DPS. And then Spider-Girl. And Anri.
Shields up.
Julia Carpet. Spider-Girl I was also thinking of was from the different version of Spider-Girl. But then Julia Carpet I think potentially would. I think Miles would really be cool. strategist, using his electric as a way to heal. The reason I think we'd never get none of them, along with any Hulk variants, along with War Machine and Rescue and Ironheart, rivals have more than once proven the fact that they are willing to gender bend. And by that I do mean we have female Loki. So I do think if we get any Spider variants, at least they probably will be. Do I think a few of them could be their own characters? Yes, but at the same point then we're overrun with specific characters. Can I go fishing? No. Before I do jump into another game, I'll go quickly over the heroes, but first... Actually, no, I'll jump into another game, then I'll do it. But yeah, why do you think someone like She-Hulk would be cool and it'd be a very cool Vanguard tank? I don't think we will. I think it would put in more likely be a skin for Hulk. But going over a few other characters, Nightcrawler, Jubilee, I think would be an interesting support. I think if we get Nightcrawler, he's going to be DPS. Gamora and Drax, I think, would potentially be interesting tanks.
You picked the right gal for the job, sugar.
Yeah, Vanguards. I think they'd be potentially interesting for them. Nebula, I think, could potentially be an interesting strategist. But again, I think she'd more likely be DPS. In a weird way, I think Phoenix might have been made a cool strategist, using like the Phoenix's fire to like heal. But again, I think she suits DPS more.
Fight who I am. I'd rather fight the folks who hate
Rescue, I think, would be a really cool. Again, I don't think we ever will, but I think would be a really cool strategist. And then War Machine, I think, could be a very cool tank. So you can have an iron variant in each category.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, you should try my guns. I have no need for weapons. Nature's full of fury.
But again, I don't actually think we will. I think it'll just be a case of reskins for Tony. Although War Machine is definitely more like same with Miles Morales Spider-Man. Why I do think rivals will just do reskins if we ever get those characters as like skins. They're definitely more annoying ones to do reskins for. War Machine has a giant cannon on his arm, on his shoulder, and typically has mounted minigun sort of things. War Machine is the literal packed one, like he's armed. And so I think he'd be an interesting Vanguard. Charles Xavier, another one who I think could be an interesting strategist. Juggernaut, I think could make an interesting Vanguard. Yes, I'm listening to X-Men because that's my most popular. The area of Marvel that I know the most about. Odin, I think, would be an interesting Vanguard. One that I don't think is full-on needed, but I do think it'd probably be interesting. Ant-Man and the Wasp, I think Wasp could be an interesting strategist. I also think Ant-Man probably could. I think they'd more likely both head between DPS. But again, not 100% sure. Shuri. Then people have mentioned the fact that they wanted like her in the game, so I've seen a few videos about people like typical. The videos that like, I saw a video recently about people going over like some Black Ops with like in the game. I don't know from the list, I can't fully remember the list. It's just a few people on the list, I don't think we actually will. Because two of them were Miles Morales and War Machine. Yeah, if they were going to gender bend Loki into Lady Loki, they will 100% just do reskins. Especially for something like Miles, where they can for the most part just ignore his electric abilities. Or even like making one of the very few characters that has like an ult difference where instead of shooting a bunch of enemies, like pull all off the arena. And War Machine for the most part probably would be a reskin of Tony. And again, instead of having a camera that comes straight from the chest area, he just has like a giant shoulder cannon that just starts shooting missiles. Not that I'd want them to, because I think they'd be cool, interesting characters. But they are very similar to characters we've already got into the game. And in the particular cases of Peter Parker Spider-Man is a lot more popular than Miles. Like, Peter Parker Spider-Man is one of the big three of Marvel. Although, speaking of the big three of Marvel, big three of Marvel is actually making a comeback. We're getting the rage-tested monster of Hulk again. We've not seen him since Age of Ultron. Now that one's thinking. Technically. I'd personally say Age of Ultron. Technically for Ragnarok. But he was definitely a lot more calmer. And all that lot, and he wasn't just straight up really straight down thinking this fight.
We are undefeatable!
Definitely a lot more control. But like through the entire Infinity War it wasn't, and then in Endgame we got Smart Hulk. But Hulk finally coming back. Again, my predictions are the last time we saw Bruce Banner in Bruce Banner form is I've got a couple of predictions. One, he can willingly turn back into Bruce Banner form at any point. Two, after he's going like that was after he suffered an injury or a broken arm. So who knows? Also, a fun theory people have had is like Hulk's gonna be the only one who remembers Peter Parker. Because he is the only, like, I get where he comes from, he is the only one in comics. Since it's in comics, Peter and Hulk actually have more of a friendship. He's not had much of an interaction with Hulk in the MCU. Now, could this mean from the fact that Spider-Man Raggedy Day, him and Hulk do actually form a bond, and Hulk's like, Hulk's on man. Because Bug Boy asked him to. I'd be down to see it, like, even if it is just a case of Hulk breathe. Again, I think it'd be interesting if Pete's like, Hulk, calm down, and actually treating him like a human being instead of a monster. I'd be interested with that. Although I will say now, Spider-Man Brand New Day looks awesome. And why does this year have to have two films that I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna be awesome? I've seen the trailer for Supergirl, and that looks cool. I don't know if I'm seeing either one of the cinemas. I might try and go and watch Brand New Day.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
I'm not 100% sure yet. Guys, I am saying this now. If anyone does not mention spoilers with either of them during a case of stream or comments, those comments will be getting blocked or you'll be getting kicked. I won't be dealing with it because I can guarantee you now, I wouldn't have seen it by the time most people have. I never go and watch a new movie the first week it's out. Like guys, I didn't go and see How to Train Your Dragon until the end of June. Now there might be one exception. Apparently the second live How to Train Your Dragon is coming out on, I think next year. It's apparently coming out on my birthday, so that might be the one exception that I do know. But I don't know yet. And even then, I probably will just go a few days later and have it as like a birthday treat. Because originally I wasn't going to watch the thing in cinemas. Because I was like, it's not going to be much different than, like, I've seen the 2010 version more than once. Like, I've seen the animated version a lot, because again, one of the same franchises. Overall, it probably is like my third favourite franchise. Only thing beating it is things like Batman.
Ain't gonna pass up another chance to win.
And then the thing beating Batman is my child nostalgia shirt for Ben 10. And even then, I still do like Ben 10 now. Because it's definitely an interesting thing to look at when you consider a 10-year-old with... He starts off as a 10-year-old who's alien engineer, then transformed into kind of a will. But yeah, I wasn't really going to watch the live action How to Train Your Dragon. I was just going to catch it when like, I was going to catch it then. I'm so happy I didn't. It was such a great film. There were a few lines that they did change because they swapped it. I don't remember exactly what line. Actually, yes, I do. Astrid has a line in the live action where they're all about to go and, you know, fight. And in the animated film, it's Hiccup that says that line. I can't remember what the line is. It's been a while since I've seen it. But Hiccup's the one that says that. And when they're riding dragons, Astrid says something to them in live action. It's Hiccup that says it. It's a small change, but I think the line does something along the fact of, you know, hold on tight and all that lot. I think it was generally something about them riding, and the reason it makes more sense for Hiccup saying it is because at this point in time, keeping flying for a while. Although one tiny little complaint I do have to live action movie. How they take down the Red Death. Now, as someone who's seen the animated film, and for most people who saw the animated film before watching it, they would know exactly where Hiccup and Toothless got the idea from. It wasn't a case of they were like, fire-breathing dragon's gonna be weak to fire. Because at the one part it's like, okay, you're telling me a fire-breathing lizard is weak to fire. And so but in the animated film, Toothless Plasma blasts a Night Terror, and it sort of loses focus. And it's a nice little moment between Hiccup and Toothless because they're just set up there eating fish. I'm pretty sure they did film it, but then cut it. Would have been nice to see. Although, guys, what I am 100% not prepared to see in live action, because I don't plan to go down this emotional train wreck again, is because if none of you know, again, minor spoiler, if none of you seen the second, you are waiting for a live action film, then I'm apologising in advance. But again, it's going to be based off the second film that came out in like, what, 2014? It's been a decade, either way. Stoke dies at the end of the film protecting Hiccup because the big bad boss, I think it was Drago? Bloodfist, turns around and gets the Alpha to basically say, Toothless, kill Hiccup. Kill your rider. It's this emotional scene, it hits hard, and Stoke just runs and jumps in front of it. And it hits hard. I'm not prepared to see that in live action. Because there are a few things I am happy that they did manage to keep from the animated film, and the one very specific thing that they did keep, that I know of, that I didn't know look for was the live action actor that plays Stoke the Lance is the same person who voiced it. And I'm so happy for that. There's personally no one else who can play Stoic. It's one of those cases where for me, for instance, why 100 people can play Batman or the Joker, no one's going to hit the same place that Kevin Conroy, R.I.P., and Mark Hamill do when it comes to playing Batman and Joker. Now, something I do love and I do really appreciate is the fact that Mark Hamill has said himself, because this is apparently what he used to say before signing up to play the Joker. Anytime he was coming back as well, it's like, is Kevin playing Batman? Yeah, then count me in. Good. Because to Kevin, Mark was his Joker. To Mark, Kevin was his Batman, and it's so nice. It's sad that we're never going to see them again, but they did. Kevin Conroy was able to do one final performance where he is just set back in the old, Adventures of Batman, back in that 90s, series, and he is just there fighting Joker, being like, if this is my time to go, I'm taking you with me, Joker. And it's basically set during the Crisis whole thing, which was nice. But anyway, guys, getting back to strategists and vanguards, I think could be in this game before I start talking about all these. Mystique, I think, would make a really cool strategist, but I've got a feeling she'd be tank. Sabretooth, not tank, DPS. Sabretooth would make a great vanguard. Blob would make a great vanguard. Iceman, why I do reckon would be DPS. I think he would make a great. I think he could potentially fit into any role, but there's not really anyone else I can think of now. Going over characters in this game, one by one. Now, do I personally think these characters fit the role? But before I do that. Oh, I need a tiny bit more, so I might just end up doing 2 more games. The stream might be longer than all, but yeah. So guys, the thing I did skip out was the Gambit skin, but then I now don't have Glory Gunner, which I will end up getting, and that's the battle pass complete for me. Anna Warlocks, I don't know much about him, but I'm gonna say yes and yes. Black Cat, why I think could have potentially made a really cool strategist. She does suit DPS. Same for Black Panther. Widow, I reckon, could have potentially made a really cool strategist as a case of supporting the team from behind. Yeah, I don't know much about Blade, but yeah. Vanguard could also potentially, yeah. I'm happy Doctor Strange wasn't a sub DPS. I think it was a potential chance he could have fit support, but yeah. Deadpool fits all 3, weirdly. Same for Daredevil. Now, Cyclops as a leader, going based off other leaders, Magneto, Captain America. They are vanguards. But then we have likes of Star-Lord being in DPS, so I think Cyclops could have fit Vanguard based on his leadership roles and based on how he typically is. Jumps in, sacrifices himself to protect others. I think they're both pretty decent. Captain America is one of those where I'm surprised he wasn't DPS. Again, happy he's not because we need more Vanguards, but again, surprised. Don't know much about Elsa Bloodstone. Emma Frost does, but I'm surprised she wasn't DPS. Same for Gambit, but again, fits Strategist. Group fits Vanguard. As a support based thing, I think Hawkeye could potentially fit Strategist, but he does fit DPS. Same for Hela. Same for Human Torch and Magic. Luna Snow fits support. She fits the Strategist role. But again, could also fit DPS, but happy she's not. Loki fits Strategist. So does Jeff. Weirdly, I think Iron Man could fit Strategist. I'm happy he's not, which is probably going to be one of the only characters that I'm happy as isn't a Strategist and is a DPS. But then again, Tony could also fit Tank. The Hulkbuster could fit Tank. He's got other armors that could support the team. With his AI assistant and all that lot, so no, I think it's debatable. Iron Fist, yeah. Invisible Woman, yeah, she fits. Magneto, yeah. Mantis, yes. Mr. Fantastic, yeah, could have fit Strategist for very similar reasons why I think Cyclops could have fit Vanguard. Mr. Fantastic is smart, you know, he can come up with ways, and he could have had the 2 tech drones that go around healing. Yep. Jean, I think, could have also fit Vanguard. I'm happy she's not, because the one thing that does kind of bug me about Emma Frost is she's a lot more bulkier than I wish she was. But at the same point, I am happy she is not a DPS. Star-Lord fits, so does Squirrel, so does Spider-Man, Scarlet Witch, they all do. Rocket's probably debatable, but again, happy he's not DPS, because again, we have too many DPSs in this game. Will do. And then, yeah, the rest of my magic skins, when I can actually find the character. I don't think I have that many magic skins. No, I have one other thought, because Magic's one of those characters where I did start playing briefly when she came out. Well, see, Magic for me is the same that Fire was in Overwatch. She was that character that I started playing, but then barely play her. I probably got her disco skin. For a good while, and I probably will end up going back to her Phoenix Demon. I do think her Solar Sword skin is probably one of her nicest skins. But again, I'm happy that we do. Something that I would like to see is, I'd like to see other X-Men skins. Now, I 100% prefer when the X-Men look different. Don't get me wrong, as training suits, as their first suits, I don't hate the yellow and blue. But, I like the X-Men, I like being able to go and be like, oh, there's Cyclops, there's Jean, there's Beast, there's Logan, there's Iceman, there's Angel. Instead of going, who's that dude standing in the middle at the right far back, near the right back, with the blue and yellow with the brown hair? I like the fact of being able to go, that looks like Cyclops' suit, that looks like Rogue's suit. I like just being able to tell them apart. Plus, personally, you don't need a full, like, you just need something that makes you look like an X-Man. And most Magic skins don't. Although I do definitely like the fact that one of her interactions with Cyclops is, she won't, like, Cyclops, like, rest. He tries to get her to rest, but she's like, no, I will when you will. Which is overall kind of nice. Anyway, time to jump back into actual gallery. Is it Center Welcome? Yeah. Oh, the one dude who managed to fuck over Black Widow. Basically, there was a big contest a while ago that I can't really remember what the contest was, and Black Widow was part of it because of the spider thing. And Apocalypse ends up killing the spider, so Black Widow gets disqualified. And Loki ends up betraying all of them.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I'm surprised we've had Vanguard and Strategist up early.
I am the Phoenix. Behold my cosmic. You picked the right gal for the job, sugar.
Ah, Lady Loki. I changed without an extra Vanguard.
Can't turn off my power, so I might as well turn it up. Ha! 30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Hey, I was thinking, maybe I could take you on a private tour of the galaxy after this, huh?
You want a chance with me, sugar? You'll have to go through Gambit first.
Wait, this is the guy with the playing cards? Really? You're with him?
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No. Lady Loki's a skin that I've seen in a while. I don't even know whether it's still part of Loki's actual team. There's a few that don't show up, and that was one of them.
Get that vehicle to its destination. Well, that's better.
Or there's another reason why you typically do just see the same support for many rounds. And most of the supports aren't as good as it could be. Like, for me, if I had to pick for the top 3,
Ain't gonna pass up
Invisible
another
Woman,
chance to win.
Luna Snow. I think Invisible Woman's debatable. I'd probably pick one like Loki, probably Rogue. For the fact that Invisible Woman, she still has her bubble, all that lot, so I think Lap Ascension, I think because of that, is also some good. I think Gambit Ascension, but like things like White Fox, she's okay. Alt from could be Bella.
I have many faces.
Rockets, I think Adam Warlock's okay, and used to in a few games, things like Rocket, but they're kind of different. Where you kind of want to be able to progress with a team on a decent basis. At the same point, I'd rather someone be able to constantly heal me than constantly bring me down. That was one annoying part of Halo map between rivals and Overwatch. I've more than once taken the battle, like not just me, but have like a full back team back in, taking the battle very far away. I've also seen it done, and I've been left some points on as well. Which is why I know it's gone too late, but sometimes it's just unavoidable. There are some characters that are a lot better, like for instance, Gambit and Roach not too bad, but running them as a combo, and Magni is okay. Oh, see, Magni is kind of like just like middle line. He's not horrible, he's not bad, he's just neutral. Cyclops, not Cyclops. Cyclops, not Cyclops. Not Cyclops, Cyclops. Hey, Emma Frost. Bifrost. Gambit. Also guys, tomorrow is the 1 year anniversary of K-pop Demon Hunters. Yeah, it came out the 20th of June last year. And annoyingly, there was 2 weeks where I think for like a week I didn't hear about it. Or didn't, like I didn't watch it for 2 weeks. So 2 weeks it was I didn't watch it. It's really fun story, I took the life action thing, right, and then like, because at the time I was talking to a mate, who I think is like not possible in so I don't mind those five in my lap, and I mentioned to him like, hey, got Demon Hunters, and he said, yeah, well I've heard you only know if you like Korean music, and I'm like, well I don't hate Korean music, like I don't hate K-pop in general, I'm just like, neutral.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
Like I'm just neutral when it comes to it. Like for instance, take chips. Why I prefer things like vinegar on? Like, I definitely prefer salt on them. I'm not going to be annoyed if I don't.
I reckon the vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
And so I was just kind of neutral, so I was like, you know what, I'll watch the film because I really want to know what's about it, and I was hearing a lot about it. And I'm so happy I did. Did it then start like a base for a solid good period of time, where I was watching the film several times a day. Yeah. Although I will say that, K-pop Demon Hunters was looking for a film to get me to watch several times a day. A couple years ago, a film called Purple Heart, I think it was, that I do want to watch a bunch of it as a film personally, was on, I was basically ill for 2 weeks. This was years and years ago. This was back before Overwatch 2 had come out, because I was basically out for 2 weeks. I couldn't do nothing, anytime I moved, I was in physical pain a lot. No, was I smart and went to the doctors? No. I don't think I would have missed water. And again, I can't drive. Because again, several years ago, I think I was at the time, I think I was probably 17, 18. And and I was out for like 2 weeks, and it was horrible. I hated it. Wasn't able to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Because at the time I didn't have it on my phone. And because now I do have it on the phone, which is kind of... Granted, I would kind of technically prefer having it on my Switch, but it does also make it handy if I go out. And then I'm like, oh, I want to get my like, days analog done on Master Duel. I can. So it takes like half an hour. Sometimes not even that. Sometimes... Because basically, guys, what I typically do for the Master Duel is log on, claim, you know, the log on bonus, and then basically do 3 games in solo mode. Now, if you're not like me, that doesn't just use like fun decks, because basically I have 2 different types of decks. I have decks that I run into Master Duel for like melee-based services, things like for instance, I run Sword Soul, Branded, well technically Draco Branded, but I've got a feeling I might have to change that because apparently, well at least don't think about it right now, well, because apparently Draco Tails has been fucked. So guys, this is not the first time it's happened. Malice was another time when it happened, and when it happened to Malice, I was like, what the fuck is, you ran for XP deck.
If the fight's still going, then so am I.
That I can't really think of. And like, there was a really good rank 4 league deck at the time.
Showing off again, Emma.
If the fight's still going, then so am I, sugar.
Now that was awesome.
my friends.
Oh boy, here they come.
Need some help. Life and destiny ain't gonna wait for us forever.
Ryzeo was out and still doing good, and I'm like, you're telling me that only Advance is still doing good because the Honor Tonic Harmonic, basically Yuma's cards, some of Yuma's all cards from Yumi's actual, got revamped and upgraded him into new powerful cards. Yugi got a bit of a time softer, Tiber got a bunch of device support, Joey's getting some treatment. And I'm thinking, why the fuck is Malice getting fucked over by Ryzeo? Literally, I don't disagree with Malice getting fucked because they took away Splash Mage and Link Decoder, 2 really good standards in the deck. Yeah, that didn't even come out of science. I kind of just pinged of them. And I don't think ever since then I've played Malice. Now, I do actually have a very cool, unique idea that I will do for Malice. I plan to spin it into more of a general takeover. The thing that I've done a couple times on Master Duel is, what if I would alternate this, I could do this in SGM series. The first time I did this was years ago. I never did fully finish it, but I've somewhat written stories a couple times. There was an old Injustice story I wrote years ago, and then there was this Yu-Gi-Oh story. It was based around these Playboy cards, along with the fact of what I was basically called my philosophy deck. There's a couple of engines in there that allow you to make a couple fusions, a couple of views, all that lot, and give you some access to the distinctors. And then I think it's like last year, maybe earlier this year, I was like, you know what, I'm going to make my own hero deck that's not, you know, anime specific, that's not after Phoenix's heroes, that's not Jaden. Yes, there will be mimics of both, but it's a case of what if I was to like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX as a hero order. Jaden in GX had his Neospatian as his side option for his Elemental Hero deck, and Asta had his Destiny Hero. So I went into with the Mask Heroes, and when I first met Jamie, it got my ass kicked with a lot, and then came back and, you know, managed to drive them. because for the fact of that both came in after like, wait, this puzzle. There's no sort of concept that I did shit. And I do still think that's pretty cool. But when it comes to me making decks, I'm along the lines of, am I running this to play in anything apart from against mates? Because I've got a couple mates that basically don't deal with, don't deal with hand traps a lot. Although one in particular does use floodgates, which is worse. And they're basically do more for friendly matches instead of hit Ash, hit Coolboy. And my decks are typically like bigger. That's it, you're seriously telling me I didn't? I'm hoping to get this in the next game I do, but if not, I'll do 2 more. I'm playing Rugs until I get the game, until I get that last skin. But first... fishing. I can go fishing. Guys, this is the fishing thing. You literally just fish. Now, I've never got like 3, perfect. In like a case of like 3 yellows instead of getting like 2 yellows and a red. Because it is slightly harder than you think it would be. That was too early. Oh, just a little late. But yeah, that's the whole fishing side. Ah, so I'm not that far from... See, the reason I don't is because... for S14, I'm missing 3 more. So... there is like the odd... thing that I will willingly... grab. Oh, I need to grab that. I mean, if I'm not far off. But, like, the collection of so far I've got for the fishes, I'm only missing 4 more. I've got 6, I'm only missing a few more. To get Fisherman Expert, which, again, not that fussed over. But guys, to literally show you what the whole fishing thing is. I got a feeling it'll be the only time I do play DPS. You've got a full like thing where with a bunch of people. Now, something fun you can do while you are here is Hank Pym has a bot setup where you can turn to you can either go tiny or you can go big. I think I've gone tiny because I've done it a few times. I've gone big like twice and I've gone tiny like 3 or 4 times. And to revert back to normal, there is a cooldown on it, which is slightly annoying.
Cyclops reporting.
Is that what it's been telling me?
The White Queen's reign begins.
Cyclops reporting for duty.
Court is in session. Daredevil presiding.
Blasting through!
But like I say, guys, I can guarantee now and tell me that I've still got things at the event I can do something with. Yeah. Anyway, gonna go jump into another game. Hopefully, I need what, another 1,200. Because I'm feeling nice, we're chucking game of competitive and basically prove why I don't play the Marvel rival side of competitive. Actually, no. But just a normal quick play. At some point I might, but just do a normal game of quick play.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
I am the Phoenix. Behold my cosmic might.
Now guys, I did get the White Fang Phoenix in. I think it looks nicer. The hair's a bit cooler. Like, I will compare them both after. I got a good feeling I'm going to need to end up changing... No strategist. Maybe.
Post the fatal turn. Jean Grey and I are one now.
Yeah, no, you know, it should be
We'll be
fine.
coming in 30 seconds.
Yes, it
Stay
would
strong.
technically be better to have another Vanguard, but this one time I'm standing against the case of I'm not switching.
Haven't seen you this fired
Because,
up in
guys,
ages,
it's been a week and I've played a good set of games. I've played like 3 or 4, between anywhere from 2 to 4 games each day. I've still not played like a 2 games.
Then how about we
Which I'm not that fussed about.
The battle
I think he's a
starts in
really cool
5,
character. I
4,
potentially will end up playing him at some
3,
point.
2, 1.
But
You have to stop
I
them
definitely
from
prefer my
securing the
Phoenix.
mission area. Travel close to the universe. Away from the fighting.
like I yep. Oh fuck.
I am strangely vulnerable.
It's Thor's and Loki's sister. Well, guys, anyone who has an opinion, because I would might be surprised at this myself. But Hela isn't Thor and Loki's sister. She's Loki's giant. Now, to be fair,
Finish the job well.
I do definitely think it potentially be interesting. Whether it does just turn out to be the fact of, you know, Loki was the one who lied to Hela. And it turns out the fact that we actually end up getting angry with. Well, there goes my dead body. See, Andrew and Hannah actually think it's called Fine Candy Decent. I'm just terrible at it.
Arisen from the
Like, she came
ashes.
out and I was like, you know what, I'll mess with her a few, tiny bit. Don't think I've ever played much time as her.
Help. So cold.
But like I say, guys, the new characters getting introduced to games.
Save
If they're
some
not
for me,
DP here,
Ro.
I can guarantee you will get somewhat of a chance to play on them. See, I love when non-DPS characters get introduced to Marvel Rivals. For the simple reason of you find people generally wanting to play them. Now, do these people stay there for permanently? No. It lasts about 2 weeks.
That's 3.
And even now, I'm pretty sure I'm pushing it with that 2 weeks.
Please.
Like, for White Fox, I definitely saw a good group of people playing it for like a week, maybe 2. And then nothing. I think I see the odd White Fox in my game from now.
Turning up the heat.
Damn it. But, there are definitely some really cool rounds in this game, and To be fair, Rivals is something I want to know. I wasn't really going to play. Fun story here, to be fair, I've got two fun stories. I'll get to that one in a second. First one is a very quick one. I was playing Rogue the other day, and we didn't have a healer on our team. And there was just one person, I think it was like another Vanguard, or if not a 14. I think most of the team was just... We didn't have a strategist, but like most of the team was like DPS. And this one person was like, Rogue heal, and I'm like... Rogue doesn't heal. Like, I've done a tiny bit of healing, it's like, for the most part, Rogue doesn't heal. The only time Rogue heals is if she nicks someone's ability. I don't get to... Oh, it's over there. How long have I been playing this game? Oh yeah, since day one. Like, I've been playing Rivals since it came out. Back at, like, end of 2014, beginning of 2025. It's 2023. No, I'm saying end of 2022. Also, yes. But, yeah, there was just one person, I can't remember who they were, but Rogue healing is like, Rogue is a fucking Vanguard. Yeah, there was a few characters I can't think of right now that are probably like, for instance, like Soldier that can put a heal pylon down, but you could always just fucking switch to a healer. I was getting so pissed with this person, guys. Just because, like, and I double checked and I'm like, okay, I've done a tiny bit of healing, but it's not going to be a case of... But I still don't know how it will, like, I'm pretty sure it's down to the fact that some of the other team was not paying much attention. Because I'm pretty sure what they were expecting me to do is constantly people's support abilities, and it's like, not going to happen.
You are nothing!
Just because then it's a case of, if the supports know a rogue is constantly going after them because they need to heal on those moves, then that enemy team is going to be a case of, right, here's a little couple of support strategies, stay in it.
The Phoenix burns once more.
And believe it or not, I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen on Overwatch sometimes, I think maybe once or twice on Rivals, but I've definitely seen it happen on Overwatch, where everyone knows that you're aiming for the strategist or the supports, and it's like, we will respect our supports. We will support our supports until the end of the line. We will not let nothing through. And it's like,
I'm hurting pretty bad over here.
I mean, it's nice I'm willing to die for the support. Very annoying now. But yeah, it was funny but very annoying. Getting to the other thing, when I can remember what it was. I've also somewhat got better is when Scarlet Witch's ult and being able to split with Luna. But yeah, guys, I originally wasn't going to play Marvel Rivals. But to me, it was way too similar to Overwatch. I was more invested in Overwatch, even though Overwatch was terrible at the time. Proof that Overwatch really started getting better back in like 2025.
It's now or never! Stop them!
See, Overwatch started getting better because it realised the fact that it's no longer the 2 years Overwatch for the most since Overwatch 2. I don't remember Blizzard on time because it was changed, it wasn't like they weren't making money from people buying the game, all that lot, and it was just that they didn't have to put as much effort in. But it was just not great. Comp was terrible, it was hard as fuck to level up, I got that smaller one, and it was just, oh. I was still like, yeah, it's okay. Most mates were like, no, we're done. A couple of them have come back for a few games since. A mate that played this game since day one, I don't think plays Overwatch anymore. And, shit. And I was just like... And then I was like, you know what, I'll try a couple games. I'll play a couple games, and I ended up playing some games as manager. Or at least a game as manager. And...
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
I was like, this is okay, but I didn't play anymore. Then the mates were like, hey, jump onto Rivals. I ended up loving it. And I basically spent most of my free time playing Rivals. I barely put any time to Overwatch at that point. Because that was before I was filming or streaming again. So for the most part, all I was doing was, you know, I will do 2 more games. Checks and blows. And again, it was before I was like filming, streaming. And so I was basically doing the bare minimum when it came to Overwatch, doing enough games just to get the battle pass complete. Because again, I was invested in Overwatch, and I still loved playing the game. It wasn't as fun as it used to be, but it was still fun to a degree. But then I just ended up playing most of my spare time for Rivals. And why it kind of swapped, but I've more of a case of I don't put much time into
The right
either
heroes could make
game
all
now.
the difference.
You know, Luna Star time.
I'm Luna Snow. Like the moon, I shine in darkness.
And like for the simple reason of, for me, I'll go for like a 2-3 week span where I will play, or when like a new thing specifically comes into the game, and I'm like, oh, I want to complete this. For instance, the current thing to get new Luna Snow skin, I spent a bit more time recently doing it, but when it first came out, I think it was like 2-3 weeks, I barely did any progress on it. But then a few weeks later, I've spent like the last week alone. Now what I do kind of wish I did was, I was like, yeah, you know, I'll get to 22, and you know, 2 games will get me up to like 23, and then 2 more games after that get me to 24.
Why?
Nope, it was 3 games. Although in my defense, it was 2 games a week.
Maybe you'd put in a good word for
I think.
Show me what you can do on the battlefield first.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2,
But
1. You have to stop them from
but
securing
yeah,
the
like I
mission
don't
area.
put much time into either.
When all this is over, I'm gonna drop the dopest album any timeline has ever heard.
Although I will say, up until recently, most of my free time has gone into my Monster Contest, whether it be World or Live. Spider-Mans are always a pain on this map because they sneak on the point way too easily.
I'm hurt. Thanks so much.
But yeah, up until recently, it has just been Monster Hunter.
That should make a difference.
Because near the end of World, it is like,
Admit it. You need me.
I need to hunt Electrum to get full Electrum gear, I need to go after Fatalis to get full Fatalis, I need to go and hunt Luna. Which I think it would be a cool one video. It was, I don't remember it being that bad. So it's like, this is the last Monster Hunter World video I'm doing. And I will be honest, I don't think I was prepared to fight the world. I don't know why.
A nice deep freeze.
And I'm not saying there wasn't additional content I could have done, I couldn't have done, like, I could have basically made hunting guides for hunting each specific monster. And like, what's the best weapon to use for specific monsters and what. But at the end of the day,
I've still got songs.
the content I was making the Monster
Get ready
Hunter
to
was
defend.
done. I was hunting everything in the basic
Still have a
story.
chance.
I had done that, I've just gone slightly overboard with a few additional things. Because to me, the story from Monster Hunter Worlds doesn't end until you kill Fatalis. To me, the story from Monster Hunter Rise and Sunbreak doesn't end until you've gone to Toadstool and Macamala.
Better stop that vehicle.
Which is why I did. Plus, in Sunbreak, Iceborne's case, it was a case of there was still content there, and when there was still content that I can film, and because the last thing I want to do is basically repetitively hunt the one monster, which is what I'm trying to be doing on Rise. Which is like, why I'm saying this time. I will try and film myself going after Primordial Marina once, twice. But if it ends in the case of me hunting the son of a bitch down like 50 different times,
I'm making a
just to
comeback.
not get anywhere, yeah, at that point I'm going peace out.
We've made it halfway.
To be fair, at that point, Because the simple reason is, I can hunt Primal Margino about 100 times. It's not going to get me in the red until I get the kill out. Although, annoyingly, my streak of building just one more hunt now ended. And guys, you know what I'm on about. Basically, from the Valkana hunt, even though there's no audio.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
I said in that, and I said in every video up after that, right near the end, I'm like, just one more hunt. I would do just one more hunt. Because I was so determined in those hunts to get the thing.
I'm Hulk!
Now, so Primordial and Martino comes down to a few different things. One, I do think I'm slightly under level. But that's also because I kind of think Primordial and Martino should be slightly higher. Math rank 40, math rank 50. I do 100% think it should be closer to... I think it should be somewhat closer to like a sassy thing. Not hunt specifically where you need a group of people to that'd be pain. But more closer to a case of that's when you unlock it. Now you do kind of unlock Sashi very early. Like right after Shari's Welder. But I do think Primordial Martino should potentially be map rank 50. Now, if I am right, I'm pretty sure Spawn's Michael Malik is.
I'm
Also guys, I mentioned about the big 3 Malvine back earlier and completely forget to mention the Wolverine game this year. It looks cool, looks interesting. I will probably entertain it at some point. It'll more likely be next year. Now, guys, I'm going to quickly cover the fact that Rockstar recently announced and apparently for us pre-orders for GTA. Now, when people are presuming it's going to get postponed again, I'm personally on the belief of it's never going to come out. Like, I love GTA 5. I honestly do. Some of the fun moments of playing GTA 5. It was the first game on PlayStation I played that was multiplayer. Because when I got my PS4, fun story here, I was only playing Spider-Man. I was only playing Spider-Man PS4. I've got games like GTA and Overwatch and Minecraft. I think those are the only 4 I got at the time. And and like the reason I got a PS4 in the first place was because I wanted to play Spider-Man PS4. Like I played Overwatch and at the time wasn't a big fan of it. Funny to think about now the fact was that Overwatch is one of the only games that I consistently play.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
But in Overwatch's case, to get everything on the Battle Pass, you do need to play most days. Like, you do need to put in a bare minimum of about 45 hours of each on Overwatch. And so...
That should make
I am ready to put on a show!
So, to get all the way up to 200, I'd probably say a bare minimum of about 8. So the reason actually, probably around 9 and then 4.5, because it's like, hold on, wait a minute. I have to do like an hour on stream for Tuesday. So add that hour and a half onto an additional half an hour from 6 days a week. See, I still don't play that much Overwatch. In concept, I play more than I actually think. It's around 4 to 5 hours a week. Around about 5-ish hours a week I spend on Overwatch. Granted, I spend a lot more on Master Duel. Depending on what time of the month it is. Whether I'm in the mood just to take part in an event or something. And but yeah, like overall I do probably spend more time on Monster Hunter. Weirdly enough, the game that I've got the most hours on that I'm aware of so much better than the game is the game called Arc Survival Evolved. Now, I have played Ark Survival 10 on before I came back to stream on YouTube. Basically, for like, I think it was only for like a couple weeks. I don't think it was for that long. Before I came back and I streamed on YouTube, then going back to videos.
Making a comeback.
Which I stand by now. I 100% do just prefer videos. I prefer recorded content. Nothing against streaming. Again, nothing against it. It's a nice way to, you know, talk to people a lot, and it's definitely got a huge voice. But I prefer being able to say dumb shit and just get away with it.
Right there. Snowball fights.
Although I say doing dumb and stupid shit, fun story here, guys. When I was finishing, because basically I always do a quick once over the day before I upload an episode, upload something. So I was doing a typical thing, double checking to make sure every single craft one was fully like what I wanted, make sure it fully edited along. And did thumbnail everything, and I'm like, upload it, and I'm like, okay, why did she pop up with not the thumbnail? The thumbnail I wanted was, again, I was tracking that strong. And I'm like, why the fuck isn't it? I double checked the recorded thing after, it's like, okay, the actual footage capture, but for some reason it didn't. And I'm like, shit, I'm gonna need to change it very quickly. Thankfully I was able to, it didn't take me too long.
I suppose that helped.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Again, people want Miles Morales in this game. No thanks. Nothing else because, well, Miles I'm kind of neutral on it, like, I kind of like him because Spider-Man games for like somewhere top where I know him from. Yeah, I'm dead. Fuck out of the heal.
Nowhere yet. Going to overtime.
So close.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
But yeah, there was a small potential chance that I never end up playing Rivals. To be fair, I can more than likely say, because a group of mates that I did end up speaking with, because they were group mates from high school, that I ended up speaking to on PlayStation when I got on PlayStation, because one of them was like, reached out, it's like, one of them like, we were in school and he was like, hey, I didn't know you had a PlayStation. I'm like, I did tell, you know, that, you know, person A, because it's like what's referred to him as person A, person B, and person B is like, they never mentioned. I'm like, don't whinge at me for them not telling you. Granted, I never did directly mention it to him, this person, but like person B, but and we ended up speaking and we ended up playing things like GTA, Overwatch, and if we'd never started speaking, I then wouldn't be doing Overwatch content, which then more likely means I then wouldn't be playing Rivals. Which is definitely interesting to think about. Because I do have some really fond memories from just streaming Overwatch for Rivals. Okay, one more game. And so I think it's comp probably would have got me there. Close. But again, I play Overwatch competitive, which is bad enough. Which I'm not looking forward to for Tuesday. Because guys, I've spent the last, what, 3 weeks? Whinging about like Overwatch Tom. So just gonna say, I'm not looking forward to jumping into a game and getting absolutely obliterated. Because I stand by this, I don't think my playstyle's changed. But like, the more proof that it's a case of, I'm near bronze, if not in bronze. I'm like silver 5. How the hell am I getting the game to a high level
The
gold?
right heroes could make all the difference.
Cat, Cloak and Dagger, Gambit. I think Rogue or Luna Snow would be fun. Black Cat.
I am the Phoenix.
And I said that'd be fun. I'd also really like to play Phoenix.
It's nice to take a break from cosmic judgment every now and then.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
I am the Phoenix.
Victor.
You're more handsome.
I've been saying I had a chance to play Cyclops.
How about you show me that?
And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. We've got a balanced team.
Why would
Like, we've got Rose, Cat,
the
we've
only
got
thing
Cloak
keeping
and
my
Dagger,
optic
Cloak and
rusts
Dagger and
and
Gambit, and I'm like,
What if I said
I already have a DPS, it's Black Cat.
fortune?
If I do end up doing title as like Cyclops, I will end up changing, but
3,
things
2,
I'm not willing to turn a
1.
blind eye to.
funny interaction between Black Cat and Cyclops is Black Cat is a thief at heart. She's nothing more, nothing less. And Cyclops Ruby, like, glasses are made from report.
Some kind of turret. Stay on guard.
And I don't know whether they'd be valuable or not, presumably, and Black Cat's like, I wonder how much they'd sell for, and he's like, not having them, they are priceless because I need them. It's just funny to think about the fact that Black Cat tried to sneak into X Mansion, into the X-Men's mansion, and you know Spider-Man just being right there. Spider-Man just seeing us sneak in as he's just playing a game of cards with, you know, with Cyclops, with Logan, with Nightcrawler, with like Beast, just playing like a nice friendly game of like Blackjack or something, and just sneaking in and speaking to being like, okay, sure, what are you doing here? And then her being like, why would you believe I mean see you? And it's like, no, I mean I would, but I don't think that's why you're here. And Cyclops being like, Cat, I've told you once, no. I've told you no twice. This is the 50 billionth time. No means no. I just think it'd be funny. Because on one hand, you know, Black Cat's instantly going to see a case of, you know, a way to make some quick cash. And if the PlayStation 4 version of her is anything accurate to the character, because again, Black Cat I don't know as much as I would like, because again, font-wise I don't know much about most characters. But Black Cat's appeared in enough that I know a decent bit about her. If she's anything like a PS4 character, she's 100% the type of person to sell someone out, to then lie to the person that she needs help from. Yeah.
It's Spider time!
Nope. Nope. Damn it.
It's Spider
Although I will say, when you see the mid-vehicle game, why I kind of wish she had appeared in the base game. That's what she still did appear in it. She appears in 2 out of 3 DLCs. Still slightly annoyed, but the Spider-Man 2 didn't get a DLC. Which is a case of why I very much doubt it has anything to do with Miles Morales being in the game. Somewhat funny thing about the fact that they were like, yeah, let's make it good, let's have DLC for Spider-Man PS4. It does just come down to the fact of Spider-Man PS4 is scattered and did a lot better performance-wise and sold more copies, I think. Don't quote me on that one. But then again, Miles was also in that. If he wasn't Spider-Man in that.
I am ready to put on a show.
Although I will say, Cyclops lasts a real boost. And something I can't wait to come out because it's not that long now, like a week and a half. But I believe 97, X-Men 97 season 2 comes out at the beginning of next month. Shit. A Black Cat. I keep forgetting she has a gold skin because it's one of those things where it's like, I imagine her like recolor of her skin just being like the opposite, having black fur with like a white suit. Well, there was some really cool versions of her suit. A version of her suit, like, if I had to pick 3 versions of her suit that I'd like to see in it, Spectacular Spider-Man 1, because I do kind of like it, and it's more of a purple than a black. the 90s version of this game. And there is a very specific Spider-Man game that I've never played that I'd love to get a remaster or just adapted to the PS4.
Down to 30 seconds.
And it's where Pete's basically me and the symbiote out like war and all that. And it's where you get to choose between MJ and Black Cat. Now, personally, I think the outcome with MJ is a bit cooler. Because I think there's a part of me that's like, him turning, for the most part, evil is just kind of cool. But on one hand, it's like, you kind of get, like, I don't want to say with it, but it's not the right word. You kind of get more of a stable outcome with MJ, but then you kind of get more of a fun and wilder side from Black Cat. So it's definitely interesting.
Better stop that
We
vehicle.
X-Men beat death a long time ago.
Damn it, never fall!
Together to
But if I did have to pick a few skins I would want for this game, I'd want Cyclops and Phoenix to get a couple skin because they did it for, they've done it for basically everyone else. They did it for Reed and Sue, they did it for Rose and Gambit. Now, why didn't you compete in Black Cat? Because it's a piece either in MJ or Gwen. But, and again, this is solely because of the, you know, the Miles Morales animated news. I see Gwen with Miles now. Or at least a version of Gwen, which technically speaking, there could be two. There could be like the main timeline one, and then there could be like an alternate timeline one.
Got my eye on something.
But then again, it's a case of like scientist Gwen Stacy's like would be, but then more superhero Spidey power Gwen is with Miles, which isn't worth. But again, I've always preferred MJ and Pete. Because for me, when it comes to heroes dating having a more social life, I always like it when they've got someone who like sort of brings extra part of them that's not normal. Like Catwoman for Batman brings out, you know, him being less really sort of committed to the mission. And she, you know, gets him actually, you know, enjoying life of it. And MJ brings that Peach more alongside. Shit, did not think that was gonna hit. Well, something I'm not looking forward to, and this is because I'm much more of a winter person, is summer. Like, technically we're in summer, but most of June has not been too bad. It's been the odd... Shit, wrong way. There's been like most of June which hasn't been too bad. There's been the odd day, but for the most part, I've basically been able to live without a fan. But like, I'm not looking forward to summer. Like, I never do. Guys, I was born in summer. I prefer winter. Because again, I personally would rather be freezing cold and need to warm up. Just because, well, like, logically to me is, if I'm cold, it's gonna take me, what, 10-15 minutes to warm up? So if I'm sweating to death, like, again, if I'm cold, I can just chuck like a hoodie on. I can chuck like an extra layer on, I can grab a blanket. If I'm warm, I can't really start just walking out in public, you know, in the equivalent of a swimsuit. But I've always preferred being cold because there's a part of me that likes going out. We're gonna Essex? No, we're not. I think I've only ever seen 5. I think. Part of me likes going out, then coming back. You know, being slightly cold. Finally! I could have had this like 2 weeks ago. I seriously don't know what's like taking me so long to, you know, actually get the skin. Now it's a case of where is Luna Snow? What customization options does it have? Because I got that feeling they're going to be cooler. I kind of do prefer the purple. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the blue, and the blue does definitely suit her. And the orange not too bad. I do definitely like the purple. Plus it gives her like a change from her normal colour. Because again, most of it like her base skin. Although, why I've not seen the figure yet, because again the figure's not come out. Her Marvel Legends Rivals figure, I don't think the face looks spot on to her. I think it's close enough that you will, based on her outfit or that look, you wouldn't mistake it for someone else. But I do definitely think it's a case of it probably could be slightly more accurate. But like I say, most of her, like, blue. Her first one, blue. This has the odd bit of blue in, but you kind of, her swimsuit, blue. I want to add that one in. And we'll chuck that one in. Surprised that's not in. But yeah, Phoenix skin's quickly going over. Which is literally basically just one down. Like I say guys, the hair is a bit more messy and a bit more fiery in her base. That Phoenix skin. And her legs are slightly a bit different. I don't know. I just can't, like, granted, I wish the eyes weren't glowing. I wish they would generally just normalize, because part of me would like to think the fact that the White Phoenix is gene in control. If you want it to grow a new future, to replace the one you just cut away, you have to water it with your heart's blood. First appeared in New X-Men 2001, issue number 154. But I don't know, I just like. Also, this looks more like traditional Phoenix. Like, granted, this to me was perfect. Stand by this being a really cool skin. And I'm happy I've got it. It's a lot more accurate. I mean, to be fair, that just looks like Jean, which is meant to. It looks a lot more accurate than that, although it's a nice version of the Phoenix. Same with her, you know, her gala outfit. I don't hate it, I'm kind of like it, kind of don't. But for me, I prefer the Phoenix's outfits. They just are always a lot more cooler. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, this is Tiger signing off, and I'll see you next time. Bye! When I actually find the button. As usual, there it is.